Welcome to this video on Xcelerate Forms Online. This video will provide details on the top buttons in the packet summary and how to use them with your transactions. Upon completion of this lesson, you will be able to use the top buttons of the packet summary by finding the transaction, saving and returning, peeking, adding to favorites, completing the packet, quick fill, and signing out. You will now watch demonstrations of how to use the top buttons in the packet summary. Start by logging on to Xcelerate. If you need information on how to log on to Xcelerate, please view the video on accessing Xcelerate. Once you have logged on, you will be on the home page called My Dashboard. To open an existing transaction you would like to work on, go to the Recent Activities list in the middle of the page. The Recent Activities list will list the last 8 transactions you worked on. Click the transaction name under Recent Activities to open the transaction. If your transaction is not listed under Recent Activities, please review the video on editing forms for existing transactions to locate the transaction. The page will refresh and display your transaction on the packet summary page. Scroll to the bottom of this page to view all of your button options. Clicking the Save and Return button will save your work and return you to the previous page you were on. Clicking the Peek button opens the Peek form window. The window displays the most popular fields in the transaction. You may print this window by clicking the Print button in the upper left corner of the window. This printout lists contact information for the transaction, and the printout makes a nice reference sheet to include with your contract. Once you have completed viewing and printing this page, click the Close button at the top of the page. You will return to the packet summary page. Having favorites allows you to shorten the time it takes to create a new transaction. Your favorites saves the forms you always use to write this type of transaction. To create a favorite, open a new or existing transaction similar to the one you want to create as a favorite. Click an existing transaction to open it. Once you are on the packet summary page, click the checkboxes next to all of the optional forms you want to include in your favorites. Now click the Add to Favorites button at the bottom of the packet summary. A new window will open and display a summary of your favorite. You can now accept the default name in the Favorite Name field, or you may delete the default name and enter a custom name for your favorite. Once you have completed reviewing the summary, click the Submit button to save your favorite. Your favorite will now display on the dashboard under My Favorites. To create a new transaction using your favorite, click the Write a New Contract icon next to that favorite. This will open a window and start the process of writing a new transaction. Using favorites allows you to skip several steps in the process of writing this new transaction, thus allowing you to create your new transaction quicker. To learn more about your favorites, view the video on using and modifying My Favorites. Clicking the Complete Packet button opens up the first red light form in the packet. The red light means you have not completed filling out the required fields in the form. Once you complete filling out the fields in the form, you can click the Save and Next button at the top of the window. The form will close and save your entries. The next red light form will then open and you can fill in the rest of the required fields in the next form. Only the red light forms will open. The green light forms will be skipped since Xcelerate assumes the required fields in those forms have been filled out. Once you have completed filling out the red light forms, you can click the Save and Return button at the top of the form to exit this function and return to the packet summary page. Clicking the Quick Fill button opens a 2-page form that lists the most popular fields in the transaction. You can fill out the fields on this form. Any field that is on this form and is duplicated on any other form in the transaction will also be filled out. Since these are the most popular fields in the transaction, a good portion of your transaction will be filled out. Once you have completed filling out this form, you can click the Save and Return button at the top of the form to exit this function and return to the packet summary page. To log off Xcelerate, click the Log Off link in the upper right-hand corner of the page. A window will open and ask if you are sure you want to log off. Click OK to log off Xcelerate. This concludes this presentation on how to use the top buttons of the packet summary in Xcelerate. Additional training videos on this and other topics are on the Long and Foster Cafe. We thank you for viewing this video.